Hi, I welcome you all to the world of learning, the Medha learning app. As a part of learning about possible interview questions, in this session, I am going to talk about how to handle one more important question: what qualities do you look for in a boss? The question is, what qualities do you look for in a boss? Let us see how to answer this particular question in an effective manner. This is one more common interview question often asked during the interviews. The same question can be asked in different ways. The same question the hiring manager may ask in a different way. For example, he may ask like this: who is your ideal boss? Or what do you expect from your boss? Or he can also ask, what qualities make an ideal boss? He can generalize the question like this. Or he can also say, can you tell who is your favorite boss and why? All these questions are one and the same, and the objective of any one of these questions is also the same. If you are a fresher, you may not face this question, or if you do not have work experience much, then also you may not face this question. But it is a very common question for those who have a long history of work experience, or for those who have a history of changing the companies often. First, let us try to understand why this question is asked. As you know, the objectives of any question keep changing based on the job profile and the company. So, let us try to understand what are the common objectives of the question irrespective of the role or the company that you are applying for. One of the objectives of this question is to know your personal leadership qualities. Understand? To know your personal leadership qualities. The hiring manager wants to assess what kind of leadership qualities that you possess. He wants to know how your leadership qualities can align with the values and certain practices of that particular company. He wants to know how effectively you can adapt to the new environment and style of the company. He wants to know how effectively you can adapt to their new management style once you are on board. And remember, always the objective of this question may not be the same. Sometimes the hiring managers ask this question to check whether you have required potential to grow up to managerial position. Remember, this very important point you have to understand. Why do they ask this question means, sometimes the hiring manager may ask this question to check whether you have required potential to grow up to the managerial position, because he might be considering you for a future managerial position. You have to understand the objective very clearly. Your answer will help him to evaluate whether you have essential leadership qualities for the managerial position in future. This question might occur even when the hiring manager wants to assess how you will react and respond to the supervision and authority once you are on the role. He wants to determine whether you have any issues with the authority. He wants to find out whether you can be comfortable to work within the managerial framework of the company for which you are interviewing right now. These are the main objectives that you have to understand. But when it comes to the part of answering this question, the first thing is you have to brainstorm. Involve yourself into brainstorming session. The best way to prepare to answer this question is to brainstorm. That's it. Just spend ample time to brainstorm yourself. You need not to spend a lot of time to do this. How to do this brainstorming? How to do this? You may ask. Just keep yourself relaxed and recollect your better and bitter experiences with all the bosses that you have worked for. Identify their style of supervision and management. Understand how they use it to effectively communicate and delegate the work appropriately. Assess their leadership style at times of crisis. There is a time you have to reflect on all these things. Once think about all the bosses that you have worked with. Try to understand how they use it to work at times of crisis, how they used to communicate, how they used to deal with the people, how they used to delegate with the people. Understand how they used to respect the employees, appreciate the talent, and empower the staff with essentials. I am talking about your old bosses with whom you worked. Understand how they used to respect the employees, how they used to appreciate it, and how they used to empower the staff. All these factors that you try to recollect. Focus on how they used to be supportive to the staff at times of crisis. Understand how they used to set highest standards in terms of their personal and professional behaviors, and find out how they used to get the desired results. The ultimate objective is getting the desired results. Try to find out how they used to get the desired results. Focus on their personal traits, professional skills, and other abilities that made the difference at the workplace. Identify their personal, professional skills and traits that made the difference in that particular workspace, and how their behavior positively impacted the workplace. This brainstorming will surely help you understand why some bosses have become your ideal bosses and why others could not. Unless and until you do this brainstorming, you are not able to figure out who is your ideal boss, and you will not be able to answer to this question, who is your ideal boss. So, brainstorm yourself, try to recollect all those and try to find out what made them your ideal bosses. Then you can easily answer to this question.